What's good, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another NBA 2K25 video. And in today's video, I have another episode of Rare Builds for you guys. And I actually have another special episode of Rare Builds because in today's episode, I'm going to be showing you guys my lockdown build. Okay, now at first I told you guys that I was making a lockdown. Obviously I was going to make a 6'9 switchable, legendary lockdown defender because I wanted to guard the 1 through 5. But as I continue to play and tinker and fidget with the builder, I kind of settled on a 2 guard build that I actually really like, that I think is going to be an absolute menace. So please hit that like button for me dropping one of my own builds once again for you guys. I think I dropped the stretch 5 paint protector, which is the center build that I made. Today we're dropping the 3&D 2 guard, bro, and this is going to be a legendary 3&D 2 guard. So with that being said, let's jump right into the build. Now obviously if you want to make this build, you want to get this name like how I have it, you got to make it at the shooting guard position because that's what the 2 guard is. Height, I went 6'4", and I'm only going 6'4" on the height just so that I get better jump shot animations, if that makes sense to you. I wanted a certain base, and I was gonna go 6'5". If you don't care, or you can get your jump shot base at 6'5", then feel free to go 6'5", but I went 6'4" just because I wanted that base or whatever. So that's why I went 6'4". On the weight, I went all the way up to 235 just because I wanted the added strength. Now, technically speaking, you could stop at like right here, 227, but I know that another YouTuber, 2K Toots, mentioned how it's much harder to back people down when they have heavier weight on them. So I figured why not just max the weight out anyway. We're still going to get really good speed and agility right there. You see, you can get a 95 speed and still get a 90 agility even at 235. So like, why not go 235? You know what I mean? Why not? Wingspan, I went default. Again, it's totally up to you depending on what you like shooting wise. We are going to still have like 99 perimeter, 99 still, even at 6'8 wingspan. So again, it's up to you. If you feel like a 94 3-ball cap is not enough for you, you can always go down on a wingspan, but do realize that that's going to fuck with your steal and perimeter, and it's going to completely change the aspect of what we're doing with this build. So I personally would recommend that you guys stay at 6'8 on the wingspan. Now, enough yapping about the template. We're going to move on to our attributes. Okay, now starting off, we went with a 68 on the close shot. Now that's going to get us bronze float game, which is nice. It's going to help with laying the ball up, throwing up floaters and whatnot, because we are going to have really shitty, for lack of a better words, really shitty finishing stats. So 68 on the close shot. I went 60 on the driving layup. All I could put was 26 on the driving dunk, which we had left over. Standing dunk is going to stay at 25, and then post control, we went up to a 42 because that's just what we had left over. So right away you see this build isn't going to be orientated on finishing. I always preach that you don't want to be one-dimensional, but unfortunately this build is going to be kind of one-dimensional, even though it's a niche build because it's a lockdown. But 60 drive and layup, and then you also factor in you got float game. You can just throw up some floaters and try to cheese some floaters with taking off putting on real player percentage or whatever, and just try to cheese some floaters. Now if you're good with the timing of the layups, I would recommend you keep layup timing on and just cheese floaters with float game, but it's totally up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's totally up to you. Moving on to the shooting, we're actually going to be going with a 93 3-ball, which is kind of higher than most lockdowns. Most lockdowns are running with like an 85, 87, 83-ish because they go max wingspan, they fuck with the height and whatnot. But because we're 6'4", we're going to have much better shooting attributes anyway by default. I'm going 93 with the 3. You can go up to a 94 like that, but that's max. I'm going 93 because you see that's not going to really change much of anything. I think it changed like mini marksman, but because we're 6'4", We can't get mini marksman anyway. It might change shifty shooter. I'm not really sure, but you can see with a 93, you're still going to get gold deadeye, gold limitless range, and gold set shot specialist off rip, which is really good shooting badges and really good shooting stats. And you get most of the really good bases at a 93 3-point rating. You're going to get most good bases anyway. So 93 3 ball, 83 mid range. You'll be able to, shoot your little moving middies with shifty shooter and whatnot. Don't have to worry about, your midi being too low. 83 is more than enough. I haven't even put my mid-range up on my other guard. I'm rocking like a 80 mid-range, and I'm still cashing from midi. So it's totally up to you what you want to do. Now, free throw, this is just me personally. I maxed that bad boy out because I like to shoot every single free throw. I want every single point. And more importantly, I play solo rec, and I don't trust the damn random. So, if you know that you can hit your free throws, just go ahead, slap on a 99. Now, if you don't play rec or whatever, you obviously could drop this down to like a 75-ish. I think you could go 75-ish, right? Yeah, you could go 75. It's not going to bring down your 3 too much. You could go 75-ish if you just pop in. Now, if you just pop in rec every now and then, you could go with the 80 and just chill at that. But me personally, I always max it out at 99. That's just how I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to the playmaking. Now, most locks, they aren't going to have any playmaking or whatever. Now, you don't want to do that because I've seen how people play this game, especially in solo rec. You don't want to depend on the randoms. Now, if you only play with friends, it's totally fine. You could take the passing, playmaking off, leave the passing, take the ball handle speed with ball off, and just rock with just passing. But I don't trust the goddamn randoms to get me the ball, so I want to have some playmaking on my build. So we're going with a 78, which is going to get us versatile visionary, break starter, and dimer. And then we're also going to go with a 75 on a ball handle. That's going to give us ankle assassin, handles for days, and unpluckable. And the best thing about this playmaking, right, we're also going to go 70 on the speed with ball, which is going to give us bronze, lightning launch. The one thing I also like about having just these little badges here and there sprinkled about is that you don't got to do nothing with them. You just got bronze badges and you got them by default. You don't got to, spam dribble moves. You don't got to level up handles for days or unpluckable or ankle assassin or anything. Like most of your badges on this build will be ready to go by default. You won't even have to grind out passing because they're silver, which means if you're using a rebirth, you will have all of your playmaking badges by default. Fire, man. Real fire. That's less badges that you have to grind because now only thing you're worried about grinding is your shooting badges to 1 level for gold, and then you're going to be grinding out your defensive badges. You know what I'm saying? That's fire to me. You know what I mean? Sure, you'd like higher levels, but that is fire as well, too. Now, moving on to the defense, where this build is really going to shine, we're going with a 72 on the interior defense, right? And now this is the real fun part on our perimeter because we are a shooting guard. At worst case scenario, you will get pushed to small forward. But we're going with a 97. That's right, a whopping 97 on the perimeter defense. And then for the steal, we don't want the perimeter defense to feel lonely, right? We're going with a 96 on the steal, which is ridiculous. And then we're going with a 60 on the block. Now, the main reason why we're going 97 and 96 and not 99 is because we have cap breakers. Now, we're going to get 5 cap breakers at starter 3. Now, when you hit starter 3, you're going to put 2 cap breakers on your perimeter defense, getting you 99 perimeter, and then you're going to have 3 cap breakers left over, and you have a 96 steal. So imagine what we're going to do with that. We're going to put it on our steal, getting us a 99 steal, which means that when you hit starter 3, this build will have legendary glove, it will have legendary interceptor, right? You will have legendary challenger, you will have legendary on-ball menace, and if you want, you can also put your +1 on pick dodger and get legendary pick dodger. You know what I'm saying? There's just a bunch of different things that you can get on this build. And we're also going to have a movable enforcer because this build is going to have strength as well too. So you got the best of all worlds really when it comes to defense on this build. Now, moving on, we're going with a 60 on a defensive rebound, 26 on offensive, 60 on the defensive rebound, just so that we unlock bronze rebound chaser, just to get those rebounding animations. Yes, we are 6'4", we're on the shorter side, but you can come in and help with rebounding. You can help with boxing out. You're gonna have high strength on this build. You're gonna be able to snag something here and there. Not saying that you're gonna be out rebounding centers, but you will be able to come down to the paint and help if you need to. If you need to. Not that you have to, but if you need to. Now, moving on to the physicals. Again, more fun. We're going with an 85 speed, which is going to get us gold, slippery off ball. We have an 87 agility, which we're not touching because it's going to bring down our perimeter defense. So we have to get an 87 anyway. Plus you want an 87 because just why wouldn't you want to be faster? You know what I'm saying? We're not going to reach that 92 agility for legendary pick dodger, but you will see how we will finesse that later on. Then moving on to the strength, we're going with a 92 on the strength. Now, I know you're going to be like, well, why the hell would you go with a 92 on the strength? Usually you could just stop at 84, or you could stop at 85. I want you to take a look at this immovable enforcer badge, right? We went to 73 or whatever it was for bronze. We went to 82 for silver, right? We went to 85 and got gold. We went to 91 and got what exactly? Hall of Fame. And then for just one more point, you can unlock legendary. So why wouldn't you unlock legendary? So now when we go up to the perimeter, you see we're going to have, with cap breakers, legendary challenger, legendary on-ball menace. We're going to have legendary immovable enforcer, and we're going to have Hall of Fame pick dodger with Hall of Fame off-ball pest. Like, that's just nasty, okay? And then finally, we're going to round out the build with a 60 vertical. Now, I don't know why I don't have 60 vertical. I'm trying to think, what did we change or what was moved on this build that we don't have 60 vertical? Maybe the offensive rebound? I don't know. I'm not gonna worry too much about it because it's not like we unlocked anything with that 60 vertical, but originally I had a 60 vertical on this build. I don't know what I changed or moved. I might have touched something or moved something or put, okay, our close shot went up. I see where we went wrong. We had a 69 close shot instead of a 68, and 69 ain't gonna get us nothing. Boom, 60 vertical. I see where the mess up was. I think it was when I played with the agility or whatever. There's our build, right? Now, the one thing that I want to tell you also before we end this video, again, like I told you with the cap breakers, all of these badges are going to be on legendary and whatnot, but you also have your +1 for tier 1 and tier 2 in the season pass. Now, tier 2, you have your choice between silver dimer that you can elevate from bronze, but I'll probably end up going with silver rebound chaser, most likely, you know, to help me with rebounding, just being a little bit better rebound. But if you truly want to be an annoying piece of shit, for a lack of better words, you can also get legendary off-ball pest, because off-ball pest is a tier 2 badge. You know what I'm saying? So remember, with the cap breakers, you're going to have challenger, on-ball menace, and all of this, and the movable enforcer on legendary by default. You're also going to have glove and interceptor on legendary by default when you get the cap breakers or whatever too. So if you put off-ball pest on, you know, you can be a real menace defensively. Now, I only got gold slippery off ball, this badge, which helps you combat, makes you move quicker to get open. I have this on silver, and I know dudes don't have legendary off ball pest, but they have like gold or Hall of Fame or something, and they're fucking grabbing and touching and tugging on me like fucking Diddy, bro. Okay, they're tugging and grabbing on me, and that's just gold or Hall of Fame level, and they're grabbing and pulling and tugging and ripping on me like I'm at a Diddy party, bro. You basically off-ball Diddy is what I'm saying. You're gonna have legendary off-ball Diddy. If you want to be a real defensive menace, you would put your, you know, +1 on off-ball pest, because now you have challenger, on-ball menace, a movable enforcer, and off-ball pest, as well as glove and interceptor on legendary. Then when it comes to tier 2, we already have legendary badges with the cap breakers, but now you can use it on, say, Hall of Fame strong handle if you want to get to the rim. We don't have the agility needed, but now you can use it to get right there, 92 agility. We don't have the agility to get legendary pick dodger, but with the +1, you can now get legendary pick dodger. You could even put it on your shooting badges and get like Hall of Fame limitless, Hall of Fame deadeye, set shot specialist, or even Hall of Fame shifty shooter if that's what you want to do. But if you want to be a real defensive menace nightmare matchup, you will put that tier 1 on pick dodger, because now you have all defensive perimeter badges on legendary. You have challenger, you have on-ball menace, you have pick dodger, immovable enforcer, and off-ball pest, And then you also have legendary glove and interceptor when you hit 99 still, making a grand total of 7 legendary badges, bro. This build is an absolute fucking demon, bro. And then of course you see shades of Joe Dumars, we see shades of Derek White and Alex Caruso, but none of those motherfuckers got 7 legendary badges on their build. So do keep that in mind. Of course, you see our build name, a 3&D 2 guard. So there you have it. This is my 3&D 2 guard build for NBA 2K25, which I will be running with this year. Please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K25 content. I'm out, y'all. Peace.